The day I took off my blindfold, I pretended I couldn't see unexpectedly in the evening. The husband and bestie staged a massage drama the day. The bandages were removed from my eyes. I jokingly pretended I was blind. My husband and best friend were standing by my bedside pouring out their hearts. It's okay if you can't see anymore. We'll take care of you for the rest of your life. But that same night, all three of us ended up in the same bed. They were lying with their backs to me. My best friend was on top of my husband, panting heavily. Realizing that I couldn't see their faces were full of satisfaction and pleasure. Worried that I might hear something suspicious, my best friend whispered, "Wine Jasmine, I'm just giving your husband a massage." The disgust inside me nearly made me vomit, but I held it back. When they were finally done, I tried to find an excuse to leave the room, but my 5-year-old son suddenly ran in. "Mom, I missed you so much." My heart softened. I was about to open my arms to embrace him, but he ran straight past me and snuggled up beside my best friend. The three of them looked like a perfect family, all smiles, but when they looked at me, their faces twisted with disdain. I stepped out of the room and dialed my lawyer's number, telling him to bring the divorce papers. If they were so happy as a family of 3, I would give them what they wanted. I just wondered if my best friend could afford to support this pair of freelaters. Jasmine, don't mind the sounds. A massage needs to be firm, so it's bound to make some noise. When I heard Clara Merling's voice, I bit my lip so hard that I almost drew blood, but I stayed silent. I let out a faint "Can-them" and pretended to be asleep. The bed was shaking. The three of us were lying there, me, my husband Tim Grant, and my best friend Clara. It was the 3rd day since I was discharged from the hospital. Ever since I told them I was blind, Clara had moved into my house to take care of me, which also included giving my husband his massage at night. Their clothes were all tangled together on the floor. They were curled up in the bed, trembling under the covers, the atmosphere charged with lust. One was my husband and the other was my best friend. Weren't they afraid of being seen? Of course they weren't afraid because they thought I was blind. Opening my eyes in the dark, a wave of nausea surged in my stomach. I had to bite my lip to hold it down. They didn't know I was pretending. They thought I couldn't see and they did whatever they pleased. For the thrill of it, the three of us ended up in the same bed. Clara wore my $1 million jewelry, ate luxury meals in my mansion, dressed in my designer clothes, and carried my bags. Even my son, who'd always been so stubborn with me, changed his tune. He happily jumped into her arms in a daze. I heard my son Gordon call out for Mom, but it wasn't me he was calling. It was Clara. As I recalled all of this, a gasp suddenly came from the bed. The two of them had finished. "No more. I am exhausted," Clara shuddered. Immediately crawling out from under the covers, she sweetly said, "The massage is done." With my back to them, I kept my eyes closed under the soft night light, silently watching their figures as they dressed. "I'll go back to bed. See you tomorrow, Daya," Clara said. She wore a seductive nightgown, blushing as she waved at Tim. I pretended to be asleep, waiting an hour before Tim quietly got out of bed. Once he'd left the room, I grabbed my phone and saw the message my lawyer had sent. The divorce papers are ready. As I thought about the scenes that had unfolded these past few days while I was blind, my eyes turned cold. I scanned the room and sent another message. "By the way, don't forget the prenuptial agreement. Dig, I want Tim to leave with nothing, and that son of mine who wanted Clara to be his new mom. Well, I would let him have his wish. I couldn't wait to see Clara's hopes all shatter into nothing."